I'd like to start with a welcome to all my listeners and a thank you to the organizers of this conference for the opportunity to share this work. My name is Anita Durksen and I am a PhD candidate at the University of Manitoba. The University of Manitoba campuses are located on original lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. My talk today will be about building research capacity and organizational empathy among students participating in a large multi-sectoral project. I will introduce the context in which we are working, describe the project, briefly define organizational empathy, discuss organizational empathy in the context of our work, and finally, talk about how it is shaping the student experience. This presentation is the product of the combined efforts of several graduate students at the University of Manitoba, along with their advisors who have been working as fellows together with a large multidisciplinary team to tackle some wicked problems in Manitoba. The project, called Spectrum, which stands for Social Policy Evaluation Collaborative Team Research at Universities in Manitoba, was intended to bring together researchers, care service providers, government agencies, among others, to address some of the larger societal issues we experience in Manitoba, such as poverty, homelessness, substance use disorders, and more. The objective of this talk is to examine the role of organizational empathy in the student research experience. First, allow me to tell you a little more about Spectrum. Spectrum is a multidisciplinary partnership working to provide evidence-based solutions to wicked social issues by using linked data from multiple sectors. Spectrum provides fellowships to students who become partners in the collaboration. Spectrum hosts quarterly workshops encouraging participants to build relationships with each other. Participants include students, community leaders, government decision makers, as well as academic researchers. These workshops are integral to the development of organizational empathy within Spectrum. So what exactly is organizational empathy? We understand empathy to be the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. At the individual level, empathy helps us to respond appropriately in social situations. It helps us to build social connections and supports emotional regulation. When we scale this up to the level of the organization, it looks like a commitment to developing a deeper understanding of the needs of customers or clients and using that knowledge to serve those needs better. Another definition comes from Gotham Culture, an agency whose mission it is to support culture change within organizations. It reads, organizational empathy has been characterized both as the collective capacity of an organization to demonstrate empathy to all stakeholders, as well as a commitment by the organization to develop a deep understanding of the needs of its customers. At Spectrum, the work involves leveraging of multi-sector, whole population linked administrative data. which is advantageous for conducting research on complex real-world problems. However, such large and complex data repositories can sometimes appear impersonal and overwhelming. Establishing organizational empathy in the context of multi-sector partnership between academic, government, and community representatives can help us understand the data better for social policy research. As we meet with each other and communicate more often and more directly, we develop a better understanding of the true needs in our community, the true root issues of the wicked problems we are trying to tackle. As students, we benefit from the growing organizational empathy at Spectrum. Students are from various faculties, bringing their unique frameworks and research interests to the collective. This expands our ability to understand and share the feelings of each other and all the partners involved. In fact, being exposed to more perspectives increases our perspective as students. Through organizational empathy, students observe and participate in Spectrum. With organizational empathy as a core value, participation in discussion is more likely to be met with openness, respect, and curiosity. This serves as positive reinforcement for students who are in the process of finding their voice and encourages continued participation in the process as they recognize that their perspectives are heard and that their contributions are valid. Students are relating the goals and outcomes of Spectrum to their own research. Being privy to the bigger picture and the larger discussions has influenced how we are able to see with more clarity the urgent research questions in our own research niches. In summary, the evidence stemming from this research will inform policy decisions and ultimately increase the potency of linked data analysis. However, in the process, through intentional development and growth of organizational empathy, Spectrum has already and is continuing to create more meaningful student experiences. I'd like to thank all of the co-authors of this abstract submission, as well as the steering group at Spectrum, and all the Spectrum members with whom I've had a chance to sit with at the table. I know that as students, we've learned from each one of you and look forward to more growth. Thank you.